So a month or so ago, over on the museum's YouTube channel, This Museum's Not Obsolete, I did a video about the diverticles which are set up over at the museum. These were call diversion devices that you rented and they were in the exchange and they diverted the phone call over elsewhere. They've got a load of random features. Check the video below. The most prominent and interesting part of the diverticle for people like us, you know, people sound kind of people, is that they use cassette tape loops. Actually, later ones apparently had EEPROMs that replaced these, but the ones that I have tape cassette loops. And after messing around, I found that they can actually use any sort of tape cassette loop. So if you've got one sitting around, send it into the museum and I'll pop it in, because soon all of the exchange stuff will be hooked up to the internet. And that project has actually been moving forward this past month and there'll be information coming up with that. Underneath that, I've got this comment. It was to check out a warning device, an old warning device from old Datsuns, 200s, 280s and stuff like that. It was in a number of other cars as well, but it was a tiny little record player that had a bunch of warning messages like the door is open, the ignition is on, fuel is low and stuff like that, and it would read it out to you whilst you were driving from this tiny little record player. After hunting around, understandably they're a little bit hard to find. There's a few on eBay that are priced pretty damn high, like above £100, and I wasn't going to pay that, but luckily I managed to find a full parts or not working one for a few quid, so I bought it and luckily it pretty much mostly worked. And it's right here. I've already wired it into a display case, so let's have a closer look. So if you look at that white thing at the bottom that is spinning, that is actually the record. That is storing, I think, about 6 or 7 warning messages. They're all slightly out of phase with each other, so they all have different starting points, and the record knows where it is thanks to that little slip disc inside there. Unfortunately, this one isn't fully functioning, so I had to modify it to get it to work, hence the cheap price. But if you manage to get a functioning one off eBay or something for reasonably cheap, you're pretty lucky, and you'll be able to set up separate buttons to actually trigger the different messages. But right now this is set up to random, and if I'm honest, that's pretty good anyway. So this is the motor. There's a belt that goes around the whole record. This is the tone arm. You'll see that move when it starts playing. This solenoid right here pushes the tone arm down onto the record player, and it's all about timing where you start on the start of the record to get the different warning sounds. But let's push the button and see what it sounds like.
Right door is open.
Oh, the door is open.
Lights are on.
So as you can see, when you push the button, this servo gets pushed down.
Right door is open. Parking brake is on. Fuel level is low.
You'll see there's also an LED and a sensor, so when the tone arm gets to that point, the servo releases, flicking the tone arm up and back to its starting position.
Right door is open.
How cool is that?
Parking brake is on.
I've also added a motor speed controller right here so we can lower the pitch of the voice.
Right door is open. Lights are on. Parking brake is on. Left door is open. Lights are on.
How cool is that? I'm waiting for a clear case to come on top, and then I'll be taking it over to the museum and putting it on the wall with a description of what it is. However, for now, we have an audio output. What does that mean? We can plug it into a modular synthesizer. That's right, let's get Cosmo turned on and plugged in. It does sound pretty good through the clouds because I was doing it in a live stream the other night. And yeah, let's see what we can make it do. It's actually pretty good at making some tunes. Anyway, let's see what sounds we do.
Lights are on. Lights are on. Key is in the ignition. 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 Right door is open. Fuel level is low. Right door is door. Door.